I have a lot of respect for the Nofap movement. It started off as a forum to help men break free from their PMO addictions. It made them aware of the consequences and offered them a way out. That's initially how I started my Nofap journey. There was this one particular period of my life where I was just feeling low. And everything on the outside was looking to go good. I was studying, I had jobs lined up, I had relationships, I was socializing, I was exercising, and everything seemed to be going good on the outside, but inside there was this emptiness. Anytime I felt some sort of discomfort, I would go and engage in the behavior. And upon finishing, I just noticed that I was feeling even worse. So I had the genius idea of Googling, is P bad for you? And I was met with the Nofap forum. I read everything and it all made sense to me. Over the years of consuming this, I had created a dependency, an addiction, and this addiction, this behavior, had a lot of consequences. It was ruining my brain, this super stimulating activity. It was ruining my brain slowly and steadily and making me feel less sensitized towards life. So normal things just didn't make me feel anything, hence explaining the empty feeling. So I decided then and there that I would stop. And what Nofap recommends you to do is to abstain for a certain period of time. The symbolic number is 90, as you've probably read and heard before. So I would have to go 90 days where I'm abstaining from this behavior, and I would need to install productive behaviors instead. So every time I'm urging, I would meditate, journal, go exercise, cold shower, and just fill my day with productive habits as to enforce a healthy lifestyle. And I'm not saying anything against this. This in and of itself is good. You should be doing these things. But unfortunately, in my experience and in the experience of many others, it's not the permanent solution. Because eventually you try to upgrade your life, right? And through that upgrade, you manage to go 1 day, 10 days, 100 days without. But most of the time you still relapse in the end. And that's where I think Nofap leaves you empty-handed, because it's not really focusing on the real issue. The real issue is that PMO addiction is neuroplasticity, okay? It's a programming of the mind that through repeated behavior has created itself to effectively find PMO again in different situations. It wants to find PMO because your brain sees it as a reward, as something that is giving you something, and that's why it's highly valuable. Your brain will not forget this value of PMO. Hence, you will always crave it. And when you crave it and try to abstain from it, then your brain sees it as a sacrifice, like you're giving something up, and that you're punishing yourself by not engaging. And it is this that is always leading you back to a relapse. Because as long as there's this paradigm in your brain that sees PMO as something valuable, then you will always suffer upon giving up. And sure, you might have felt periods of just feeling great and good because you're not engaging, but you still go back. So this is true, this statement that I just made. And it was true for me, because I went quite long times without, and I would always find my way back. So I would just go in this loop of saying that it's my fault, it's because I didn't meditate hard enough, I didn't exercise hard enough. No man, it's because I had sugar, so I need to stop eating sugar and I just need to go and do more productive stuff. Because when I do that, then I won't relapse again. Lo and behold, I still relapsed, and this cycle would just continue for years, man. I would try new things, it would work a little, and then I would relapse. And I would beat myself up, get back up, try again and again and again and again. And although this is, or can be considered progress, because I went from doing it multiple times a day to every couple of weeks or months, it still wasn't enough for me. It wasn't until I noticed that when my brain is urging, it is almost like there's this voice speaking to me. there's this part of my brain that is rationalizing just another relapse, and it would use whatever it can get its hands on to make that happen. So it would say that, yeah, man, you didn't sleep good today and it was stressful at school or work and you just need to kick back and relax. And you saw that picture on Instagram. You're not gonna get it out of your head. So bro, just get it over with, man. Just do it. And from tomorrow on, we will delete Instagram. And yeah, that will be the problem. That will be the solution to our problems, all right? So it wasn't until I noticed that there's this part of me that is addicted. And this part is communicating with me to make me relapse. So it is telling me lies to get what it wants. And once you realize this, obviously it's just neuroplasticity. It is this addicted programming of the mind. It is this addictive part or addicted part. But once you realize this, like I did, I decided to give it a persona. I would call it the parasite because I saw this picture from a video game that was just a really creepy picture. But it just felt like this is what it was. There's this parasite in me that is forcing me almost, or rationalizing me, trying to rationalize for me to engage in the behavior time and time again. So I decided to sit down and write out word by word exactly what this parasite was telling me. And the reason I did that was just to analyze it, in a sense, just to see what was going on inside my mind. Because obviously there was something going on. I knew I wanted to stop. And every time I relapsed, I would tell myself like, this is it, never again. I'm never going back. But I would go back. So I was just curious, what is going on here? And I would grab my journal and I would just write out word by word what the parasite is telling me. And upon doing it, I had a full page almost of just plain lies. It would say something like, you need to do it because you're risking prostate cancer. You need to do it because you're stressed and you just need to relieve yourself. It's okay, everyone else is doing it. Bro, you saw this picture on Instagram, you need to get it out of your head. It's because you're not disciplined enough, so just do it now and then tomorrow we will level up our discipline. We will start this whole new program of this and that and blah, blah, blah. And once I had written it down, I could just read how stupid it was. And it was stupid because it's all lies. It's all lies. And it was as if I was talking to someone that I know is lying to my face. And you almost get the satisfaction of knowing that they're lying, but they don't know that you know, right? And I decided to answer it. And I answered it with the truth. And the truth was that, okay, I am tired. I didn't sleep the best. But will PMO solve that? It will just numb out this feeling that I have for a couple of minutes, and then I will be left feeling even worse. I would feel overwhelmed. I would feel more stressed because now I feel incapable of fixing the things that are the issues, which will lead to more stress. So it's not really a solution then, is it, for me to PMO? And I'm not really aroused. I'm just looking, it's just my brain that is looking for a hit. It's not my body that needs this, because to be honest, man, your body doesn't need it that much. Your body doesn't need it multiple times a day or every couple of weeks. And if it did, you would go and chase the natural thing, not pixels on a screen. And even saying that out loud just makes you realize how stupid it is. Okay? So I would just answer it with the truth. And when saying the truth out loud, it's like you're training your brain to recognize that this pattern is not the right one. It's not good. It's not doing you anything. And once you realize that it's not doing you anything, then you teach yourself to see it as less valuable. And since it's less valuable, you're not missing something. All right? You're not giving anything up. There's no sacrifice. There's no sacrifice in me. Like if I were to start hitting my head on the wall and look forward to the relief of stopping, like the relief you get when you stop to hit your head on the wall, there's no sacrifice. If I just stopped hitting myself on my head on the wall, I don't lose anything. So you see it this way. And it's not until you get to that point where you can completely break free. So eventually I would just do this every time I had an urge, all right? So I would just sit down, write out exactly what the urge was telling me, write out the lies of the parasite and how it was trying to use the addicted programming of my mind to make me relapse again and again and again. And I would answer it with the truth, okay? Eventually I made this system where I could just do it from everywhere. I could do it from my computer, I could do it from my phone, because the urges would hit at random time at random places. And I just made this systematic approach for me to follow time and time again, like repetitions, to teach my brain, to shape my brain, to recognize the lies and recognize the truth. And through recognizing the truth, I followed that path. And that path led to a life where I wasn't relapsing, okay? And I've been doing it now for 3 years, and I've been 3 years clean, so, which means it is working. I gave this method, this system, a name, and I called it the Accountabilio system. I started sharing it with other people eventually. A couple months ago, I started this project for like a full time. And I made like the website, I made the app, I started sharing it on Reddit, and I got like hundreds of DMs of people who were like blown away by this whole idea. So I sat down and talked to most of them, and I just started telling them what to do. Do this, think that, follow this procedure. And everyone who works that system, they have been clean since they started working it, okay? So that's where I compare Nofap to the Accountabilio method, because we both acknowledge that PMO is bad. But Nofap kind of leaves you at that PMO is bad, you shouldn't do it, instead do these healthy things. What the Accountabilio method is saying is that it's bad, PMO, you should stop it. And if you want to stop it, you need to acknowledge that there's a part of you that does not want to stop it. And the solution to completely break free is to take this part and teach it that, hey, this is not good. It's not to force this part to just go away every time it pops up. No, man, it's to listen to the part, see the lies that it's telling you, and then answer it with the truth so you can shape it, you can shape your brain to follow that truth time and time again. And you need repetition, okay? To repeat it, you need a systematic approach. If you want to get your driver's license, what do, man? There's this systematic approach you need to follow. You go to the school, you take the lessons, you take the exams, you start to drive with the instructor, okay? You drive a couple of times to get your repetitions in, and then you go out and you drive for real and you get your license and boom, it's done. Same with getting a degree. You go to the school, you follow their systematic approach, you go through topic by topic, you read the book, you go to the lectures, you do the exams, there's the system. Same with going to the gym, man. Like, you make a program, you want to grow your chest, there's this systematic approach you need to follow. So why is it any different for your brain when it comes to addiction recovery? It isn't, man. So instead of just using willpower, discipline, and healthy habits, which are good in and of themselves, that's not what I'm saying, but you're kind of leaving it to chance. Because if your solution previously has been that, okay, I'm urging now, I'm gonna go to a cold shower, and that cold shower will remove the urge in the moment. Or that you go to the gym to distract yourself, or you're just gonna read and you're just gonna suffer through the urge until it kind of weans off a little bit. If you're doing it this way, it's like you're just forcing yourself not to engage. And by forcing yourself not to engage, there's this part of you that will want it even more. It's like being on a diet and saying that, okay, I cannot eat this cake, but you acknowledge that you really want to. I want to, but I can't because I'm on a diet. But bro, what will happen is that you will eventually eat it, or you won't eat it at the moment, but you will eat it after diet or a couple weeks later. The point is, you still eat the cake. But with the Accountabilio method, you recognize that there's not something you give up. And you customize each situation. Like, each urge has a customized response, because each urge is different. It will tell you different things, and you will answer it with different things. Okay? So that's just the differences in my perspective between Nofap and Accountabilio. If you're interested in starting Accountabilio, I would advise you to download the Accountabilio app or go to accountabilio.com. Try it for a week. Just try it for a week and see how effective it is.